Everyone tells you to rope drop. Nobody tells you your thighs might start a forest fire by noon.
Disney planning videos covered lightning lanes, but nobody explains why your feet hurt like you marched to the island of Tafiti.
So we're talking about real world Disney survival guide today.
The one that Disney doesn't put on their brochure.
People spend thousands of dollars and hours planning rides, meals, and almost nobody prepares for walking 12 to 15 miles, Florida heat, and afternoon storms.
Not to mention blisters, dehydration, sunscreen mistakes, not packing it at all, not using it, clothing choices. You could ruin an $8,000 vacation because you packed the wrong socks or shoes.
The true Disney villain isn't Maleficent, it's humidity.
All right, Pete. First of all, it's great to see you again. We apologize for the bit of a break that we had. Pete and I were both on travel. I was vacationing in Charleston, South Carolina, and Pete was on a work travel trip all the way in beautiful San Diego, California. Yes, I vacationed somewhere other than Walt Disney World. It was beautiful. I know. How's your trip, Pete? I know it's for work, but how was San Diego?
California is great. I won't talk about California politics, but the sunny Southern California was beautiful. Got to see a Padres game, still go Sox, but it was a good Padres game and the stadium was really nice.
Oh, cool.
But what we didn't
Very nice.
have to worry about in San Diego was heat exhaustion.
Man. So as a former firefighter yourself, and of course, talking to one now, heat exhaustion is a real thing, right? So we put on 150 pounds worth of stuff to go into a fire or just walk around like a scene of a car accident or something like that. And you being in the military, you put on your BDUs, you have all kinds of gear you carry with you. How do you keep yourself hydrated? And how do we relate that to Disney? Guess what? It's one and the same, folks.
Combat preparedness for Disney World. You heard it here. So when you're getting that headache, you're getting those dizziness, you're getting nauseous, and not to mention cranky, what are some of the things we can do?
All right. So I know that our listeners don't want to hear it, but I think the first thing on this one is to eliminate alcohol, or not eliminate, but limit
What?
the alcohol before your trip. I know. Go back. Okay, that's it, folks. The episode's done. Peace out. We're over. Go back to our Walking Around the World episode at Epcot, and you can listen to all the alcohol stories that you want. But for today's episode,
I did not get heat stroke that day.
You didn't get heat stroke. You just got smashed. It's totally different. It's a different thing.
I think it was like 50 degrees too, so it wasn't really.
It was cold. It was cold.
Yeah.
Anyway, so how do we prepare ourselves? Number one, limit alcohol. And I think a really good thing is Pete's shaking his head. One of those Liquid I.V packets, the sugar-free Liquid I.V packets in a bottle of water ahead of time. I think that's a great option.
It's a good pregame, or it's a good hangover remedy. But if you're avoiding alcohol, then disregard.
Either way.
You know what I like and what I just learned in June is the cooling towels. We've got, they're simple little cooling towels, are real light. And if you get them wet in any of the water fountains that they have, you put them on the back of your neck, you put them over your head, anything to get out of that blazing hot sun.
So you're that dad, huh? You're that guy? You're that guy that's walking around.
I'm telling you. I'll be that guy because it worked great.
Yeah, that's fine. You look silly, but it's fine. We're not here to talk about how cool we look. We're talking about how to keep the sun off our neck. Do you remember 100%. Playing Super Mario Brothers as a kid and that level in Super Mario where the sun is trying to kill you?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. You remember that? Yeah, that's the Disney weather the sun between April and September. So if you're brave like Pete and you want to go during the summertime, these are the things you need to take care and take with during this trip.
If Mario had a cooling towel, he would have used it.
He would have wore it. I don't know if probably not. So we talked about Liquid I.V electrolytes, and that's throughout the day, by the way. The cooling towels, indoor activities. I know we've mentioned a couple in the past. What indoor activities do you like to help yourself stay out of the heat?
So my favorite, and I'll say this over and over again, is PhilharMagic. Really great one. It's got a good show, and it's at Magic Kingdom, and you pop in there, you get some air conditioning, you get some nap time. My second favorite, though it's not outside, and I got to mention it every podcast. It's I made a bet with Brett or whatever that gambling place is that I would mention Morocco every podcast. But that is in the shade and it's in the back and it's really nice. Although when we were there in June, I'm like, I know we have like 40 listeners and 2 goldfish, but I went back to my pavilion in Morocco. The place was packed. I'm like, that's it. The podcast took off. Everybody knows about my secret spot.
Everybody knows now. Wade, thanks a lot. You've ruined it. You let out that one Disney secret, and look what you did. Ruined forever.
What are your cooling spots?
I know I've talked about in the past. Number one is Hall of Presidents. It's indoors. It's cool. You get a little history, a little edutainment. My favorite word there. You also get a 20-minute nap if you're looking for it. But what's most importantly is a cool, nice, comfortable seat in the air conditioning. You can't beat it.
Absolutely. Call me a dork, but I will 100% in the heat go check out Frozen Ever After, the sing along for
Oh
the
man.
hilarity and the snow and the ice cold air conditioning.
Yeah, that's not one you're gonna sleep through. No, that's the interactive, the presenters during that, the cast members are in that, taking you through Arendelle. They're hilarious, and every single time it changes. I can't recommend that one enough. It's a blast. It's so much fun. I think another good one, and again, gives you a bit of entertainment, and it's indoors, is Voices of Liberty in the American Pavilion at Epcot. What do you think about that?
I think it's great. I also think that while you're there, you can get barbecue and avoid the moonshine, but don't avoid the moonshine. But just drink water and electrolytes after.
There you go. That's it. This is a 1 and 1. If you're gonna have a moonshine, chase it with a glass of water and some electrolytes. That's gonna keep you
Exactly.
hydrated.
There it is.
Or not. Whatever.
Or
All
not.
right. So, or not. Your vacation depends on these things. So your feet are the true annual pass holders. You agree?
Yeah, absolutely. This is one that I really want to stress if you have not been to Disney. There's a great Modern Family where the one of the wives wants to go in stiletto heels, and the husband's like, "No, you can't wear it," and she sticks to it, and then she's miserable by the end of the day. But
Uh-huh.
you're
Uh-huh.
putting on quite a few miles, so those shoes do matter. So what's the advice we have?
For the record, I don't think anybody wants to see you in any stiletto heels. I mean, maybe somebody does, but
Yeah, they do.
it's not me.
Yeah, no,
So, out of
not
our
I'm
worst
not the guy.
advice for this segment is never wear new shoes. The worst advice would be absolutely go buy some brand new shoes for your trip to Disney. Why would you want comfortable shoes?
Yeah.
No, that's not what you want. You want comfortable shoes that you already have, that you've already broken in. That's going to help you the most. I wear Brooks. I'm not the typical day I wear. I'm wearing the white New Balances. I'm not at that level yet. I'm not there. I'm not. I'm maybe going to get there, but I'm not quite there. I wear Brooks. They're the best. How about you, Pete?
I'll tell you, the Reef and Olokai brands too are really good. We've tested those out recently. I did the Reefs in, hey, if we're looking for a sponsorship, by the way. But we did the Reefs in Disneyland, and I've done them at Disney World twice now, and they're really fantastic. They don't look like much, but they hold up really well. They got the little foam down at the bottom, probably some kind of magic. Who knows? But I'll give you that too. Good socks matter as well as the shoes, right?
Yeah, for sure. Again, something that's not going to brand you and stick to your body, and it's something that's going to sop up all that sweat that's going on. I know nobody wants to talk about ugly, stinky feet, but that's what's happening, people. It's just you're going to walk a long way. You're going to be feet across the park, multiple different directions all day. You get hot. You get hot, and your feet are also getting
Right.
hot. So it's something to think about. How about putting band-aids on the back of your heels and moleskin?
Yeah, I mean, if you do happen to forget the good socks or wearing the wrong shoes, you're gonna get those blisters and stuff if you're really going for it,
Hmm.
which a lot of people are. There, it's their only chance to get there, and they want to get as much as they can, and that's great. But we're here to try to help you survive it. But yeah, band-aids, like back in the day when we get the heels going and just throw a band-aid on there, that helps a lot. There's Body Glide that you can put on heels too. I don't really agree with that one as much as the band-aids though, because that's a really good one. But people are averaging steps a day.
20 to 30,000 steps a day. Yeah, no, yeah. My
Yeah,
Apple Watch last
20
time
to
I went
30, I get
thought
that just going to the bathroom.
yeah, no, I think last time I think my Apple Watch was like, you've doubled your pace for the day. You've doubled your exercise ring for the day. I'm like, what are you doing? What is going on? Where are you right now? And my heart rate's up and all those kind of things that your watch likes to tell you. But it's because I wasn't all that hydrated. Had I listened to this episode ahead of time, I would have been fine. But here we are now. I'll know now, right? So I
Yeah.
think the next thing to talk about in segment 3 here is the chafing. The chafing, people.
Oh, yeah.
It's the enemy that Disney doesn't like to talk about. This part of the episode is brought to you by your dignity.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta prepare for this. Both the females in my family are definite indicators and have given me some of their secrets for what they do. So I'm not embarrassed to admit it. But the main one that I didn't know about is putting a little deodorant where things might get some friction, and it gives you a little more of that glide path, so it's easier. But as a dude, I like to wear more of like a sport style boxer type thing, so it just covers everything up. So I'm not flesh on flesh starting forest fires.
Is this episode rated PG-13 or not? Because if it is, I'm going to say all kinds of things.
Oh
If it's
no.
not, then I should probably keep it PG.
I mean, we do have a good
So
rating at this point, but
yeah, good. Speaking of rating, log on to Apple Podcasts and Spotify and leave us 5 stars. 5 stars, like Pete likes to
five
say.
stars.
5 stars. Give us a comment. Apple Podcasts and both Spotify like comments, and they like to see 5 stars. So give us five
Five
stars.
stars.
Anyway, Pete's hat, 5 stars.
5 stars.
Once
Go Sox.
once the
Nine
chafing,
game winning streak.
he parked the car. It's got
Park the car at Fenway.
Anyway, once the chafing starts, it becomes a life decision. Every step of the way is another life decision. Do I really want to do this? Do I really want to be here? Your Florida weather during the summertime, it's sunny, then there's biblical flood. Then it's sunny again, and then there's biblical flood again. Usually that summer rain lasts for about an hour in Orlando area. You can usually time it. If you look at your a phone or whatever you use to look up the weather, it's going to say there's scattered thunderstorms in the forecast for today for Orlando, Florida. Well, that can mean anytime between noon and 6 p.m. So just be prepared for it. What do we have to be prepared for it, Pete?
Well, here's what I recommend. Do not spend your money on an overpriced piece of plastic as a Disney poncho. They're really great.
But it has
You're going to
Mickey
wear
on
it
it.
the one time. It's got Mickey on it. It's going to get lost in a closet or never leave your hotel room, and you're never going to use it again. So I would recommend prior to going, add this to your packing list, get yourself a nice cheap poncho, or just get a coat. Bring your raincoat or whatever you bring. I would throw a couple of Ziplocs in your bag. If you want to throw an extra pair of socks in your Ziploc bag, and then you can also put your phones in the Ziploc if it's getting really rainy. People do that. I think when we were there last time, you just have to be prepared because they're going to flood all the restaurants. They're going to flood any place that has cover. People are going to go find that. And so it's going to be mobbed. And I think you have a lot more fun if you just embrace it and you are prepared. If you got your poncho, you got your raincoat, you got a pair of socks to change after the stuff has passed, I think you're going to be happy.
I think that's great advice. You strike me as a fanny pack kind of guy. Are you a fanny pack kind of guy? Is that something you would wear?
I don't know how I feel about you saying I look like a fanny pack guy, but no, the answer is definitely no. I tried to do the cross body bag because as Travel Nation's
Oh,
worst at travel agents, they gave us those cross body bags, and I just couldn't. I couldn't get used to it. But I know lots of people out there like it. I see a lot of people in the parks wearing cross body bags and fanny bags, but I will stick to my trusty, sturdy rucksack.
there you go. You have the camelback on there with the. Is that the one the army gave you?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't wear
Nice.
that one. About 10 years ago when I was super gung ho, I had my dog tags in my backpack everywhere I went, but
Uh-huh.
I'm a little more chill now.
You're not that guy
Slightly more
anymore.
chill.
Okay.
Slightly.
So don't buy the emergency $18 poncho with Mickey's face on it unless it's an emergency, unless you forgot something and you didn't bring it. If you get to your resort and you want to either order groceries, put those ponchos in that grocery order and have them show up at your resort and ready for you your first day. So in case you didn't pack it, you don't have to spend 18 and 20 some dollars on the one that with Mickey's face on it in the park unless you want to. We're not here how to
Right.
tell you how to spend your money. If you want to do that, you're welcome to do it. They're certainly there, and the Disney knows when it's going to rain. They got their umbrellas, they got the ponchos ready. They see you coming, and you're gonna pay for it for sure. All right, we just talked
What
about this a
kills
second
me?
ago.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But before we do that, I'm going to tell you something. I don't know how I feel about this. I was waiting to get one of those ice creams from Animal Kingdom, right? And so if there's the threat of rain, they close up the kiosks that are outside. And so there's one, it's near the merchant place right as you get to the tree. So there's no line there. It's not the other spot where you can get the ice cream. So it's like, great, I'm going to get that. So it starts to rain. I'm like, okay, not a big deal. It's going to pass. We were prepared. We had our ponchos and everything. Waited for it to pass,
Hmm.
go back, and the guy's reopening it. But this guy, I don't even know if we should talk about it because this poor guy, be nice to the staff members. But I was like, are you
Yeah, be
opening
nice to your
soon?
cast
And
members.
he's like, yes. But this was like the sloth from the DMV, and he was just moving at a snail's pace. And we had a reservation for sauna, and I'm looking at him, and he's just not even looking at me, but literally like unfolding the canvas in slow motion. And then he got it wrong. So he refolded it and unfolded it again. And I'm like, are you messing with me? But I
Yes, the
loved
answer is
him. He
yes.
was great. I'm happy he's enjoying his retirement working at Disney. God bless him.
Yeah, that's right. Be nice to your cast members, folks.
Yeah.
The poor guy
I
gets
did
paid
not
by
get
the
my ice
hour,
cream.
you know?
Yeah, he does.
Man. Yeah. All right. Segment number 5, Pete. Ready for this one? We just talked about a second ago, Super Mario Brothers. The sun is trying to kill you.
It really is. It's not just the dehydration that you got to worry about. It's really the sunburn and the sun fatigue. So really, everybody knows this, but we're just giving you that survival guide because a lot of people don't remember to bring it. And even in the fall, when you think you're going to be okay and it's not, you still need that sunscreen. And so I would make sure you're applying sunscreen before entering the park, and then you want to reapply. We got some great goofy hats that we bring with us, and going back to that cooling towel that Mario would wear and all the cool kids and all the cool dads are wearing with their New Balance. I would wear the cooling towel, and then sunglasses, and again, hydrate. There's another thing that we're going to talk about a little bit further on, but you got to really make sure we're hydrating. You
Yeah.
got any tips for the sun?
Not specifically for the sun, but as far as hydration goes, I know I've said this in the past before. If you bring a reusable water bottle, first of all, don't buy water in the park because it costs $1 million. And if you don't have a bottle, if you could buy your bottle of water there if you want to, and then just continue to reuse that same bottle the rest of the day. That way you're not paying for it over and over again if you're okay with that. But if you bring a reusable water bottle, any quick service location will give you free water, and you're welcome to you fill up your water bottle there. And if you don't have a water bottle, any cast member at a quick service location will give you a free cup of water, no charge at all. I
Yeah,
think
that's
something that
fantastic. We
people
saw a lot
forget
of
about.
that.
Yeah, that's good. All right. So hydrate, hydrate, hydrate.
The other thing I'll tell you too, and it's not on our original list to talk about, but I want to make sure we bring it up. Is Jamie, have you ever seen the rash that people get when they're leaving Disney? I see it on the forums a lot, and people are asking about it. Have you seen that rash usually around the ankles?
I haven't.
That's good. That's good. I mean, so here's a legitimate thing, and people think it might be like bug bites and stuff like that. I mean, every time I've been there in the past, 15 years, I've not really dealt with any bugs. I mean, if you want to bring some bug spray, that's fine. You can bring some bug spray. But what it is if you're not prepared to do some walking, you do get like a heat rash, especially if you're not hydrating. So the best way to combat that heat rash, it happens around the ankles and the calves and the feet and stuff. And your feet are already hurt and you don't want any extra problems with it. But the best way to combat that is what Jamie was saying is drink a lot of water. And if you know you're going and you're going to give it your all, I mean, I'm not saying you got to train for Disney, but it wouldn't hurt to get out and do a little bit of walking in those shoes you're preparing to bring with you. I think that'll help with those rashes because if you get them, people are like, "Oh, it's bugs, it's this, it's that." No, it's just you need a little bit more water, you need a little less alcohol, and some good shoes and a little preparedness. So
Little more water, less alcohol. Blasphemy.
lame.
All right, quick rapid fire survival guide tips. You ready? Things you'll think is
Yes, let's
for
do this.
later.
Portable charger,
Number one, portable charger.
refillable water bottle. You said that. You just said that. I'm late to the game.
I did. It did. It's okay. It's all right. Mobile order. Bing. There it is. For you that haven't played a drinking game at home, Pete has mentioned Morocco, and I just mentioned mobile order. Let's keep going.
Rank portable fans as they sell them now at Target. They're real easy. You put them over your neck. They even have little circle clip-on fans. We brought some of those with us too. Lifesavers. You got to get them.
I think that's in the Disney Dad starter pack. Is one of the along with your cooling towel. I'm not crazy. I know what my body can handle. Yeah, I'm going to go in the
The don't shit on
fall.
my counter
All right.
efforts. Oh, that's our first swear. Sorry.
Sorry about that. PG-13. A blister kit, some extra
Yep.
socks,
I'm thinking hand sanitizer. And you know what I
some
just
lip.
heard about? And we got to bring it up, but I guess there's some parasite with diarrhea going around. So it doesn't hurt to have a little anti-diarrhea medicine because you don't want your trip ruined while you're sitting in the bathroom the entire time while your family's out having a grand old time.
You don't want to be playing Oregon Trail and die of dysentery. You don't want that. That could, yep.
No,
That
you
could,
don't.
if you're not hydrated, it's certainly a sign, right? I know
It
we don't
is.
want to talk about it, but it's certainly a sign of dehydration. So
Definitely.
tiny deodorants, SPF lip
Yep.
balm or chapstick, cooling towel like Pete's saying, and then a change of outfit. So you could go, like if you're going during the summertime like Pete, you could go in the morning, come back to the hotel for a nap or a quick dip in the pool, and you may need a whole new change of clothes.
Absolutely. If you don't have the Skyliner or the monorail there to fix up to get back to the hotel real quick, it doesn't hurt to have a change of socks, change of shirt in your backpack.
So we're basically packing for an expedition to Everest is what's going on here.
That's true, except Everest has shorter lines.
Especially especially at Disney's Animal Kingdom, the hottest park on record.
It does get pretty warm in there. I think, Epcot is right up there too because there's not much shade out there.
No, no, well, in the bars are, but if we're trying to hydrate, that's not where we want to be. But
All right, Jamie, I'm really this next segment because it's we got it from one of your friends, a suggestion via
All right, so this segment came to us from one of our very first emails that we got from a listener and my friend Sean Wilson in Charleston, South Carolina. Yes, we read the emails. If you want to email us, it's the worst beyond the magic at gmail.com. Hit us with what you want to hear, with any questions you have. We're going to go ahead and talk about it here on the episodes as we go along. And if you leave us some 5 stars reviews, we're going to read those reviews on our episodes as well. So listen in for those. We don't have any yet, but be the first one to leave us a 5-star review and leave us a comment in that review, and we'll go ahead and read them on the air.
5 stars.
5 stars. What is our toilet of the week? I know we were just talking about diarrhea and what could happen if you're not hydrated. So we definitely going to need that toilet.
Yeah, I'm excited about this segment. I'm glad that he recommended it. While he wanted a whole show, I think doing a segment of the week sounds fun. It gives us an opportunity to give
Some
you
of the
something really useful for your trip.
something to look forward to every single week. Why do we cover this, Pete? Why? You know why? Because we're professionals. That's why. I can guarantee
We
you, of all
are
the Disney podcasts out there, no one is talking about this other than the worst beyond the magic. You are welcome, folks. You're welcome. All right, this is our rating. Pete,
professional
what's
poopy
our rating going to
pants.
be? What's our ratings going to
Um,
be?
I think we still got to keep it PG, my friend. Although I did swear already, so that was our first one.
You did.
It's a
You
monumental
did.
episode.
Our privacy, it's going to be based on privacy, cleanliness, air conditioning, and the escape factor.
Like escaping the crowds, not trying to escape the bathroom.
That's right. And to quickly get to the bathroom. All right, so here's our first winner. Pete, you want to take it away?
Drum roll. Brrrr. I think we're going back to the American Adventure Pavilion, the bathrooms in Epcot. Why? It's
Why?
usually quiet, air conditioned buildings nearby. It's close to food. It's a nice break from crowds. What else we got?
Or at the Tomorrowland Terrace bathrooms in Tomorrowland and Fantasyland. Or excuse me, in Tomorrowland and Magic Kingdom.
Well, because I love Epcot, I'm going to take it back to the Japan Pavilion. And this bathroom has excellent acoustics and emotional support.
If you have really bad gas, you want like excellent acoustics, that can make them fun, I guess.
So those are
If you,
3 escape hatches you got for 2 parks for this segment.
there it is, our very
The one
first.
I really do like, the one I do really like out of all those is the Japan one. I mean, I like the Japan Pavilion, and it gives you an excuse to get in there. And it's about that time or along your walk where you might need to go sit down and take a break.
Sit
Isn't that
down
where I
is the
left you on
key.
the bench?
That was just gonna say that's where you left me. You never leave a fellow crasher, and I was crashing, and you left me. And
I did.
that's why I recommend all the scenery at the Japan Pavilion because that's all I had to look at, and I was doing my best to sit up on the seat and not fall off. So that's the Japan Pavilion is beautiful, and it looks like it has, or it sounds like it has wonderful toilets. I believe they keep it nice and clean there. All right, so here's our first listener challenge. What is something Disney never warned you about it? We want to hear about it. Let us know. We're going to read those answers next week.
Disney's still one of our favorite places on earth, but the magic hits a little different when your feet have declared bankruptcy.
I'm going to give you a little bit of tidbits to leave us with here to close it out. These are so I've made every single one of these mistakes. The poncho makes everyone looks like disappointed baked potatoes. There is no graceful way to apply body glide in a public restroom. Just do it, folks. Nobody's
Oh
judging.
boy.
You're all there for the same reason. It's hot. You don't want things to rub together that aren't supposed to rub together. Just put it on. Maybe share. Who knows? Maybe make a new friend while you're in the bathroom. Florida weather is basically a toddler with water hose. Yep. It has a
So
mind of
erratic.
its own. It has a mind of its own, and it's going to rain for at least an hour a day at some point during the day. But you want to take the next segment?
Yeah, I mean, I think at some point everyone becomes sunburned, sweaty, and slightly confused as we're dazed around looking for snacks. But let's talk about purchases you won't regret. So we want to talk about some things that were worthwhile. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but we're going to close it out with that. Again, with the cooling towel, and that power bank is important. I think because if you've got those neck fans and those the one that goes around your neck, and then the little fans, sometimes they get run out of charge. So you need those. Um, I think we talked about most of these. What you got? Any more for us?
One you mentioned power bank a second. If you forget to bring your own power bank, Disney does offer with those little fuel rods. They're shaped like little tiny cylindrical rods that are actually batteries. They do cost a little bit of money up front to have one, but then if you'll have it for the rest of the time that you're there and for however long you keep it. The nice part about it is when it runs out of juice, you just walk up to the same machine and it doesn't cost you anymore. You put it in the machine and they pop out a new one for you. So you have a freshly loaded battery to go to charge those devices that Peter talking about. So that's one nice thing that they offer is those fuel rods. So look for those if you don't already have a power bank. You mentioned the neck fan. You look ridiculous, but I'm sure it keeps you cool. And the
We've
anti
talked a
friction
lot
short.
about
Go ahead.
And we talked a lot about survival here. And if you're a teen and your phone runs out, survival turns pretty crazy when you're without a phone.
Man,
So maybe you
how
don't
did
want to
we
buy
ever?
the fuel rods. Maybe you want.
How did we ever survive the '90s and the early 2000s without cell phones? How did we do it? We managed. We
We
got
didn't know
through
any better. Yeah,
it. I think I
but
wanna
but
go
I had
back
my
to
pager.
oh. Is there pager service in this park? I don't know. All right, Pete, I think we've covered everything today. I can't thank you enough, folks. Thank you for tuning in every week. And again, we apologize for the delay in the last episode. I know we try to get these out to you weekly, but Pete and I, we have full-time jobs, and it's hard to get together sometimes once a week to record them. So thank you for being patient with us. We appreciate it. Pete, what else you got for the fine people listening?
No, I agree with you. A little bit of delay on that one, and it's the summertime gets us, but we got a plan moving forward. We're gonna start recording a little bit more, but it's good to hear from you. We've gotten some mail. We'd like to get some more. So if you want to send us some mail, we are the worst beyond the magic at gmail.com. And and I think that covers all of our survival guide tactics. So let us know what yours were. We're anxious to hear about that. And again, shameless plug, if you're looking for a travel agent and you don't mind the worst, give us a call.
Give us a ring. Look for us on Instagram. Look for us, email us, get a hold of us. We're happy to help out. This has been the worst beyond the magic.